Okay, so let's just play with the idea of how to create a storm scene. So for this assignment, I think it's good to have a ground and a sky. And your ground doesn't have to be dark, it could be lighter. For the sake of this exercise, I'll just do it a bit dark at first. And then I'm going to try to create stormy textures. So capturing some darks and leaving some lights. You don't want to fill it all in, and you may not necessarily want to go all the way to the bottom. Just by doing some square and then using different shades of the value scale, light grays, dark grays, different pressures of the hand, it looks very abstract, like nothing at first, but then the more that you join it together and blend it out, the more it's going to start to look like a storm. And just make sure you leave those whites. You don't have to color it all in. You can just pick different areas, kind of just light and dark, light and dark. And just like the value scale where it fades off, I can leave this bottom actually white. I don't have to fill that all in. And there can be some shapes where you really see the shape, but there can be other areas where it's more loose, it's more scribbly. It's going to depend on what you choose to do. You may just choose some random clouds. Some of you may challenge yourselves more with like a tornado or lightning. I like to let my mood sometimes guide me, but you don't have to. You may want something a bit more calm. So I'm just playing with different lights. I'm letting my pencil go a little bit crazy, same way as storm would. And I don't want it to all look the same. I can start to add more darkness, like maybe there's a really dark cloud looming in the sky. And then that's like the darkest end of the value scale. So now it's getting some depth. What's happening is kind of like our 3D shapes. It's almost starting to bend down, and you're getting a sense of space. So then you'll have to pick what scene you want to do. Maybe you want to depict some of those tornadoes coming down. And in all the pictures I've seen of them, they kind of just swirl. But they also have really fascinating shades in them too. So just kind of, I go dark and then I go light. And then maybe there's like lightning. So this is not the best eraser. Let's just, if you have an eraser, you can sometimes add 2 just to get that crispness in the center. And then you would just not touch that and let the white sort of be on its own. You don't have to fill that in. So you can also play with your eraser to create that lightning. If you really want that drama, you can add that more darkness again. And then if you want to bring something to the forefront, then you can also add an object once you've developed your background. So let's just say this was some desert scene, and then I have my cactus. So I can draw that outline. Right now he's pretty strong against the storm. And same as the 3D shapes, I'm kind of picking a side to darken. I'm darkening inside his lines. I'm leaving some white space but I'm also blending some of that darkness out. And you could do like a beach ball, a person, or whatever to ground the drawing.